Okay, I'm reacting to this video because I've been hearing this for years from my Guyanese friends, from my Trinidadian friends, both black and Indian. Now, I had a good Trinidadian friend in East New York, Brooklyn, that was Trinidadian Indian, and he explained to me about this situation that's about to occur right now, what this female is about to say, and he said all of his friends in Trinidad was black. They was black Trinidadians. Okay, all the people he hung out with was black Trinidadian. He's Indian. He was the best guy I ever wanted to, you ever wanted to meet in your life. I have to see. Yeah, I know he left Brooklyn and moved to Queens, but I'm gonna let you hear with this female that's half Trinidadian. Her father's Trinidadian Indian, and her mother's black from the South. But her cousin is one of them Trinidadian Indians that have a problem with the black Trinidadians. Let's get it.
Alright, so I've been holding off for a few days on this topic because I was waiting to see if I was going to get a response back from this family member. So I'm just going to go into telling y'all because I don't know if I'm overreacting or is it my own insecurities that are making me react like this, or I have every right to react like this. So my my daughter sent me, no, actually my sister sent me a screenshot about from my little cousin's page. I don't even know whether to call her my little cousin because once I finish telling you this, like, I don't even think she wants to be associated with black people. Now, granted, my dad is from Trinidad, but my dad is an Indian. There's no black in them. They're Indians. You know what I'm saying? On my mom's side, my mom is the black one. My mother is a Southern girl. She's from North Carolina. Long story short, there was a comment that she made on her page, on her Facebook page, talking about my dad's business. Now, again, if you are from the West Indies or Caribbean, anywhere, they have a lot of colorism, and they are racist against each other. And that's why it's a difference between nationality and race. A lot of Puerto Ricans go through this same thing. Anyway, they spoke about how my father's business, who has been open for 30 years strong by my parents, was going downhill. However, I felt like this was coming from the Indians, because, Indians and black Trinis always have issues because the Indians think that they're better, of course, because their skin is fair skin, or their hair is different. So now that my father is back in Trinidad, and my mother and my siblings and I are in control of the business, she made a comment that whoever the person was speaking down on the business, and she said, "Yeah, imagine that being your uncle's store, and you wanting to tell them that the baboons took it over." Baboons, to me, as a black woman, is a derogatory term. So I'm instantly offended by who you calling a baboon. You talking about my black mother? Are you talking about me? Are you talking about my black children? Are you talking about my sister, who is not my oldest sister, who was born and raised in Trinidad and came to the States when she got of a certain age? My older sister, who is a black woman just like me, we are offended by somebody calling us baboons. And I mean, just the fact that, people say stuff all the time, but as a black woman, we've learned to have tough skin because we've been attacked all our lives. I know, me personally, I've never been enough for either side, so I've had to be a little quite extra with who I am so people can know that I am who I am. No matter what my skin look like, my blood is Trini and black, and that is who I am. I'm an individual and I'm proud of it. But coming from a family member who shares the same DNA as you, and they calling you a baboon, like, I'm just trying to figure out how I'm supposed to respond to this. Because I sent her a nice little message, but I'm waiting for a response. Now, you done changed all your little statuses and posts on your page, but you haven't responded to my message yet. So make it make sense, because the way that I feel right now is I don't want to verbalize anymore. I want to use my hands so you can see how a baboon really acts. But I'm getting older, and I want to make, get to understanding on why you feel like you're better than somebody, but when people look at you, they look at you as less than them as well. Granted, my mother helped these people when they came to this country to help them get on their feet. She allowed them to use her address, stay at her house, and some more things, borrow money, etc. I mean, like my mother and my father did a lot for these people, and she did this as an in-law. And the fact that somebody sat there and called us out our name, I want to know, how do I handle this? Because the only way that I see that I want to handle it is using my hands. And I'm trying to contain my child as well, because she want to use her hands, because she's offended. Because again, at the end of the day, as black women, we are attacked regularly by everyone, all in this world. So it being from somebody who is a direct connection to you, supposed to be a family member, an ally, whether you share the same blood or not, you're supposed to be an ally for us, but you sitting up talking, it just gives me racially motivated. Now, if she just was trying to be insulting, that's fine. But it went further when you call somebody a baboon. Yeah. So, I'm really trying to get y'all to see if y'all could talk me off the ledge. Because right now I'm standing on the ledge and I'm ready to react. Because I refuse to be disrespected. I refuse to allow people to keep disrespecting us as black women who go through the worst, and we're the least protected in this world. You as another woman are not going to sit up and disrespect us and call us out our name, especially the ones who have helped you, helped your family, and you have a nerve to be disrespectful. If you feel some type of way about whatever with the family business or whatever the case may be, keep that shit to yourself. Why post it on Facebook? I always say, family issues should never go on Facebook. There's a way to get somebody's number if y'all family. There's a way to get somebody's number if you're not family. So that's the point that I'm trying to make right now. Y'all, please tell me, am I overreacting, or do I have every right to feel like this by the derogatory comment? I'm going to post her page behind this too. Y'all tell me if I'm wrong though.
Okay, that's the female's page. Okay, I'm going to give you my perspective of this whole thing. I know a lot of Trinidadian Indians and Trinidadian blacks. One of the Trinidadian blacks I know is I call him my brother. His name is DJ. He don't play that, man. I mean, he's Trinidadian black and still calls himself a foundational black American. That's my brother right there, because he was born here, but his mother and father was born in Trinidad. I have a lot of Trinidadian friends. One of them I've known for 25 years that works on my job. And I've heard this. Now, the one on my job, his wife is American, black, light-skinned, and he considers himself black. So there's a lot of Trinidadian Indians that don't want to have nothing to do with this interracial, inter fighting within the Guyanese and the Trinidadian community, which is Indian and black. A lot of them don't want nothing to do with it. They really don't. And it's disgusting that people have to go through this. It's disgusting that you have to go through it's the skin color nonsense, man. At the end of the day, her father's Trinidadian, her mother's black, and her father loved her and loved her siblings to the point where he left them to business. He went back to Trinidad, he's Indian, and he loved his half-black child, both of them, to leave them to business. And I guess the cousin felt some type of way. The cousin was upset about it. So this Trinidadian man that's Indian that went back to Trinidad didn't care that he had married a black female from America. He didn't care having kids. He cared about, he wanted somebody, he found somebody from America, he left them in business, he went back to Trinidad, and this female right here, her cousin, should get over it. Like, share, subscribe, and let me know if you go through the same thing. If you're from that Trinidadian and the dark-skinned Trinidadian, Indian Trinidadian, the dark-skinned Guyanese, the light-skinned guy. Even in Jamaica, they have the same, they have Indian Jamaicans too. Let me know if you went through that. Big Hawk Yonkers native to the next video. I'm out.